Okay, guys, I got a few things ready that we'll go ahead and take a look at, and I'll, I'll have to show you a few things that I ended up having to change. But for right now, I have, here we go, I have my heart. This is something I had to change. So I took this off of the batting in the back because I'm going to do the lettering first, so I can embroider that on here on this piece of linen. And I had to cut my wings off on this side because it underlaps so much that it was going to be really bulky. You can place them wherever you want. I've realized they were too big and I was going to be too close to the edge. I need a little bit to cut off, otherwise it's going to be too big for the canvas. I think I got a little excited about making it bigger. Okay, the other thing is, since I had to cut the wings down to leave more space here, my circles are too big. So what I decided I'm going to do, because of the way I want to decorate, so as I started looking at this, I thought, this would be cute with a pinked edge, pinking shears, and then do like a red, use my red floss to kind of tack that down. I know I want to do yo-yos and beads, but I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that or how I'm going to put this down. There are fusible webs to use, for to stick this down. I honestly just don't have any right now. I probably would use it, at least in little pieces. I don't know that I would put it underneath the whole backing because I don't like when it's stiff. I just don't like how that feels. But anyway, I'm probably just going to do my little dabs of my liquid stitch glue to tack everything down in place while I am stitching it. But I thought I have this idea, so why don't I just do it right in front of you? I'm going to cut these down, and I'm just going to use my pinking shears. And hopefully, I guess I'm not even going to really care. I did trace it into a perfect little circle. It's not going to end up that way. And you know what I'm going to say. Who cares? Okay, so that's a better fit. It almost, I was kind of thinking, what look am I going for? Is it like butterfly wings with a heart? I don't know. Oh, here, I guess you want to see me do this. I started doing it over the garbage can, but then you couldn't see me because I wasn't in the camera. Okay, that one will go there. And then, just because of time and being able to upload everything, I won't do these in front of you as well. I'll do that out of camera shot, but you can see where I'm going with this. So I'm going to prepare that. I am going to write out the wind hugs and kisses for you to watch me do that, and I'll start stitching it. I do want to show you that embroidery needle. I don't know for sure what size that is. I don't know if you can see that. I'm looking at my camera. There's something funny going on, so I might have to pause it and see. I'm going to pause it and see what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're good to go. I'm going to show you how to thread the needle. This little needle threader has a couple of sides. I usually don't use one, but if I am having trouble, and I was having trouble with this one, I am using whatever this floss is that I had gotten from that estate sale, and it was a little bit thicker and I couldn't quite get it through, so I thought I would just show you the one I use. I was gonna tell you guys too, I've been watching a lot of Jane Farish, and I had this, but she was talking about how she put some kind of little beaded key fob in the circle of hers, to keep it handy because it's easy to lose, and I thought that was a good idea. And then as I'm going to write this out, I will also tell you that she had, Sometimes I don't like when I'm talking to the table, talking to you guys, and you can't see me because I feel like I can't see you. So Jean Farish, it's Farish Needleworks on YouTube. She also has an Etsy shop and a Facebook page. I have so much respect for her. It's funny because I don't comment. I love it when you guys comment. I don't know why I don't comment. I need to tell her, don't I? I need to comment. I have done a few little snippets here and there, you know, comment, but in my mind, I think it's not going to matter. It doesn't make a difference. But then I know it does, because when you guys comment, I mean, it's a huge difference. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to comment to Jean Farish and tell her how great I think she is. Anyway, if you go to her Floss Tube 10, for one thing, she is a master at stitches and knowing and teaching what she does. But she also has a way of making you feel like no matter how you do it, it's going to be okay. And I think that's what I love about her, because I do want to learn and do it the right way, but if I can't, I don't want to have to give up on it or not do it if I'm really enjoying it. And that's how she makes you feel, like it's your work. Anyway, to go back to her Floss Tube 10, she talks about these marking pens and how to mark your work. And I really didn't bring this up or point this out back when we were doing some of the other things that we did in December. But like on the gift boxes and something else that I used, these are water soluble and my marks are not coming all the way out. I have wet them and wet them and wet them, and then I iron, and then I have to wet it again. And these are not coming out. And in Jean Farish, when I saw that floss tube today, I kind of got it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to use that anymore, but I don't have anything else to use. That's why I used the white chalk pencil when I drew on the heart and the wings, but that's not showing up on here. So I am going to use this little purple water soluble pen, and I'm just hope that it's going to come out, because as I said, I haven't had too much luck with these coming out. But anyway, here we go. I told you that I want you to write it yourself, and I do. I did have mine kind of lined up here because I want to know about where I'm going to need to put the writing, but I don't want it to be perfect. I really don't. So I'm going to do wind, hugs and kisses. I don't print that well. I find it so interesting that they're not teaching kids a cursive in school now, that they, like when I write letters to Hadley, I can't write in cursive. I have to print it because she's not going to be able to understand it. Anyway, I think I'm going to just do my cursive. And here I go. I'm going to do, I don't want it to be too big. So you guys can do the same thing. Just take a breath and start writing. Wind. Okay. And that's not centered at all. I think I'm just going to do hugs and kisses, and then maybe I'll put a yo-yo there to make it center. How about that? Do I want it in caps or small? I think I want my hugs and kisses in small. I'm just kind of holding this down. It's not, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. It's kind of moving around, as you can see. And this is very, very light. But you guys, I think I'm going to keep it that way because, and I like that amper stamp. I don't really know how to do one, but I kind of like that, and hugs and kisses. Okay, very, very, very light. I don't even know if you can see it. I'll try to move you a little bit closer. I can see it. I'm going to embroider that. I'm going to use just a little baby hoop. And I don't want it to be, I kind of had this look where I wanted this cream stuff to just blend in. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to use this and I'm going to start stitching that. I wanted to show you guys something that I invested in. Well, it wasn't that much. There are so many hoops and everything out there that are so much more expensive. But since I've been picking back up on cross stitch, I watched a lot of different YouTube or FlossTube, and I ended up, this was on Amazon. I do like to support the shops and, you know, the local shops. What I really wanted to do was go out and look at one and see it and feel it. There are not any shops in my area, I found out, for things like a cross stitch shop. And the quilting stores really didn't have anything like this. So I ended up getting this on Amazon, I guess is my point. I don't know if that's pronounced LBC. Anyway, this has that, what I liked about this one, because there are some that you could set on your lap, what I liked about this one is it goes underneath your leg or between your legs, you know, to support it and hold it down, and it's adjustable. And I've been using it now this whole last week. This just comes right out, and there's 3 different size hoops. This is the small one that I'm going to start my wind, hugs and kisses, the large one. So it came with all 3 of these, and then this is the medium one, the size that I've been working my little sampler cross stitch on. And I really like it. So I thought I'd show you guys that. Anyway, I haven't done, I like it for cross stitch. I'm so used to holding just a little hoop in my hand when I do embroidery. But I thought, I'm just going to try this. Because I don't know if I'm getting a little arthritis, but my hands are starting to bother me a little bit. So especially my wrist when I'm holding on to the hoop. Okay, I got this way too long. I know I did. I do wax my floss or my thread when I sew. This one is just something I got at Joann Fabrics. I do have some really cute little beeswax things that I use as well, but I keep those by my chair in the other room. And I'm just going to put a little knot in there. And I'm going to just start on, just going to do a little back stitch. I think I am. I could get crazy and start doing some other stitches, but I'll try to put this where you can see it. I think that's the lowest that goes. I guess because it's sitting on the table. I know they call it a waist knot. You know what? I've never tried it. Should we try it? Let's see. If you come away from your... Have you guys used a waist knot? That's where it comes up on the top. And then you start catching your floss underneath, I guess, while you're stitching. And then you can cut that off. So I'm going to start there. And I did do my script. I noticed this when I stitch, as I get into a rhythm, that I do this, and I think it's because my gram did it. But as she would stitch with that thread, and I think some people pull it up to do it, but she would like slap it down. So I find myself doing that. You know, I'll take my stitch and then I go like that. And it just reminds me so much of her because I can just see her doing it. So just showing you guys, I'm kind of doing this. Karen, don't be yelling at the camera. Is it back stitch? What did I call? I was calling it a, I don't know. I'll have to go look at my little stitch book to see what this one is called again. Okay, I'm kind of losing it a little bit where I can't see what I'm doing. But this is, I will do the W. I'll finish up this W in front of you, even though it's hard to see, for me to see anyway. Okay, I'm gonna, that's the top of my little wing on my W. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this. I might have to take this off and put it into a little hand hoop where I can twist it. I think I'm gonna do that. But I just thought I kind of wanted to show off my new hoop stand and show you guys how that works. So anyway, let's see what I have done so far. So far I have that little part of the W, my little decorative wing part, and I will keep stitching and we will check back and see how that's coming along. So here we are. I have Wind, Hugs, and Kisses already stitched on there. I decided to put an OXO in that space that was off, and also because it's 4:15 and it's been a long day already, I decided that I am not going to hand stitch around the edges. I am machine stitching. And then I am going to do the yo-yo. I'm going to put beads around it. I'm going to do some decorative red on here, and then we'll be ready to finish it up. So I just thought if you wanted to join me while I do a little machine stitching, and then we'll work on some of the other parts. I did just kind of tack down in certain places with my little liquid stitch glue. I put a few pins in there just to make sure that it wasn't going to shift around. And I'm just going to keep going and do my decorative stitches. Using my pointer, I'm keeping those edges flat. Trying to go slow and steady. Now when I do hearts, I always start at the bottom point, because I think that that's just a good starting and stopping point for it to overlap and not look the messiest. I'm picking this, I don't know if I would call it a checkerboard stitch or what it is, but it's one of my favorite stitches. I haven't done it on a big piece like this before. I've done it just in smaller pieces, so this is kind of an experiment. So cross your fingers, you guys, and let's hope that this turns out. I am a little bit worried about how it's going to meet up here on the heart right here, but when we get to that point and I turn, if it doesn't look good, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover it with a charm or a yo-yo or something. So here we go. I'm gonna line this up right here, right on the edge of the slit in my foot. I'm gonna kind of hold this down, and here we go. Kind of shifted a little bit because I wanted to make sure that I was catching my edge of the heart. I'm going to snip that off, and I will go over that at the end. So let's just keep going and see how it looks. My machine's making funny noises. Okay, I can see what I'm doing wrong. I will show you when I get done here. I need to shift it back over just a little bit. I probably should have done a little practice piece to see how this was going to line up, but since I've done this stitch before, I thought I knew how it would line up, but I was off down on the corner there. But absolutely, I'm not ripping that out and doing it over. I'm going to cover it up with something. So if you can see, let me get my needle down. If you can see here, I got off and too much of the white was going on the side. You know, it might not even look that bad. And then up here it's catching and you're seeing both on the red. I might just leave it. We'll see, you guys. Hey, it's just a fun piece, right? It's not, what do I keep saying? It's not brain surgery. Although I love the way this stitch looks, it's really hard for me to go this slow. I just want to zoom and get this done, but I can't. I've got to take it slow and steady. Going around the corner. Can you see how I'm holding it flat and just kind of curving it around slowly? I'm going to take this all the way down into that V, coming around this corner. Concentrate a little bit. I'm going to shift this a little bit. I'm getting a little bit off track. I really, really, really love this red wool that has this worn plaid pattern to it. Getting down to where that V is, and I think I'm gonna try it right here. I'm gonna put my needle down and spin this around and see how lined up I am. That's actually perfect for where I want to be. I don't know how the pattern is gonna come out, but I'm just gonna keep going. Got off a little bit there again. Gonna take this little pin out. As soon as I get down to the end, I think I'll take another break here. I'm going to make my yo-yo and get some beads ready. And I am gonna hand stitch these little guys down with my red variegated floss. So I guess you could say I like a mixture of machine and hand stitching. I always like the thought of hand stitching, but then when it gets right down to it, I don't want to take that much time, I guess, because I have other projects I want to move on to. I'm actually going to sit down and cross stitch a little bit tonight. That was folding over that edge just a little bit. So I just kind of realigned it there. wanted to finish this up so you guys could see this. And I'm going to see exactly where I want to end it. And there we have it. Once this is pressed, I'll do that from the back. That will lay flat. Look how pretty that is even on the other side. Can you see that? Okay, take out a few pins, and I'm gonna do a yo-yo. I don't know, you guys, what color do you think? I'm trying to think what color. You know, I might just do red on red, and then maybe I'm thinking about doing the green, pulling out the green for the beads. So let's keep going and we'll see where this ends up.